Now, CBS 4 investigates a world that preys upon the most vulnerable of animals. A nightmare that is more widespread in Florida than you'd imagine. Cases are turning up in the most upscale neighborhoods with dogs, cats, and other pets stolen and paying a horrendous price. Tonight, CBS 4's chief investigator, Michelle Gillen, pulls back the veil on extreme animal cruelty, and we should warn you of the sensitive subject matter you're about to see.
It sounds like the screams of a baby, and it is a baby goat. You're watching video of an undercover buy in Hialeah. Not drugs, not guns, but a living animal up for sale. In this case, sold to a man who claimed he wanted it to kill in a ritual. But the story of this terrified goat and the man who rescued him.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
Opens the window into a world across Florida of extreme animal cruelty and torture.
They are killing all of the animals with sledgehammers, axes, knives. They're stabbing them to death.
In the world of animal rights and rescue, Richard Couto is considered a renegade, spending days, sometimes weeks, infiltrating and living undercover on ranches and farms, scouring railroad tracks to back alleys to provide authorities with proof of what he says is happening to animals in Florida. When you think of animal cruelty and the state of Florida, what comes to mind?
The state of Florida is by far the extreme animal abuse capital of the United States. Horrible, horrible things go on in this state that most of the public is unaware of.
Hey! How would you rate where Florida stands today concerning animal abuse and cruelty?
Number one in the nation, absolutely. And it's ironic because we have the strongest animal protection laws in the nation, but they're not enforced.
From the kidnapping and torture of pets, from dogs to horses, to the live butchering of animals for food or sacrifice, Jeanette Jordan, president of the South Florida Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, says the state should be ashamed.
We're talking horrendous slaughter of illegally slaughtering animals, not just horses, but pigs and sheep and goats.
Inroads in the fight are being made, according to Jordan, because of Couto and his aggressive campaign forcing bad guys out of the shadows.
Oh my God.
At the foot of a chicken here.
This is a common occurrence on a lot of railroad tracks in South Florida of animals being sacrificed or actually even being tied to the tracks themselves.
Yes.
And having the trains hit them.
You can see, like, this one was actually put in a plastic bag.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Couto began as a volunteer with the SPCA 4 years ago when he and a team came upon this starved horse.
He was actually tied to the slaughter tree, to the kill tree that they had set up.
Couto adopted him, brought him back to health.
Oh my.
You can see his identification.
The horse turned out to be a former racing star named Freedom's Flight, the rescue inspiring Couto to create his own organization called Animal Rescue Mission, ARM.
Some of these animals have been tied to crosses and left for weeks alive.
In this case, a dog tied to a cross.
And you got there too late?
We did.
And while you'd never imagine your beloved pet going through this, think again.
Dogs are being sold on the black market for sacrifice. Dogs are also being stolen in South Florida. And we have a serious pet problem of missing pets, domestic pets, and selling them for sacrifice.
Or in this case, for game. Meet Blackjack, the therapy dog of Air Force veteran Robert Moreland. Moreland was at this Home Depot in Miramar when his beloved dog was kidnapped from his car. The dog discovered north of Palm Beach with a slashed neck and a chain and raw meat around it. It's suspected the dog was stolen to be used in illegal dog fights. Somehow, Blackjack escaped. Other animals not so fortunate. And that's why for Couto, walking away is not an option.
How could I live with myself, knowing that these issues are out there and knowing that really very few people are confronting them? It would be impossible to live with myself.
Meanwhile, that little goat Kudo rescued is doing well, living on a farm in upstate Florida. That rescue was followed minutes later by a raid. Florida authorities have charged the men allegedly behind the operation with running an illegal slaughterhouse and animal cruelty. They are expected to stand trial in upcoming months, and in the months ahead, we'll look at how difficult it can be to make arrests in these cases and what advocates are doing to try and change that. And think about how often we see, an ad, a poster, saying, I can't find my pet, my beloved pet somehow ran away. Well, now we know there are nefarious groups out there. It's much to think about, and there's much action the advocates feel must be taken. But Blackjack somehow found his
thank
beloved
goodness. Eye-opening
master.
report, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. When we were